So, a very good evening to all of you. Am I audible to all?
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Okay. So, today we have the third session. In the third session, we have Ma'am Richa Sodhi, Senior Sales Executive at Nestle India Limited. She pursued her MBA from Chitkara University with the intent to learn and explore. She has worked across geographies and verticals in 11 years of working tenure. She also pursued MBA executive program from IIM Calcutta and has also received the Best Officer Award in 2024. Today, she will be sharing her views on sustainable entrepreneurship, building businesses for a better future. So, not taking much of the time, I invite Madam Richa for the talk. Welcome, Richa Sodhi ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kajal ma'am, for the introduction. And thank you, Seema ma'am. I have noted down the time. I will wind up by 6:15 maximum. I'll not take much time. So thank you, ma'am, for the intro. Good evening, all. I will not take much time. I know by the end of the day, you all must be very exhausted. We also have a lot of team meetings, and by the end of the session, hum sab thak jate hain. So it's all human tendency. We will have an interactive session. I will not just be one-sided only. I'll keep on asking things so that आप लोगों को भी थोड़ा सा इंटरैक्टिव लगे एंड जस्ट टू बिगिन विद बिफोर आई present my screen and I'll give a brief intro about myself and how my journey has been. My total work, so I'm Richa Sodhi. My total work experience has been around 11 plus years. I have worked in insurance industry as well prior to Nestle, and from past 11 years I'm associated with Nestle. And I started as a costing officer in Moga factory in Punjab. For 3.5 years I was there. Then I moved to Delhi in sales. Then I moved to Mumbai in sales. Again, I moved to another location in Pune till last year. And now again, I have moved back to Mumbai. 7.5 years have been for sales and 3.5 years has been for a costing background. This has helped me in connecting to how the backend work happens and also at how the forefront work has happened. I'll tell you why I'm telling this in my later slides, that why I'm mentioning this right now. But before that, I'll just begin up with my topic. So, sustainable entrepreneurship, building businesses for a better future. Any guesses, any inputs or anything, what you people understand from this? What does this mean? It is one of the easiest topics, and yes, with one of the most impactful and the need of the hour topic. So what do you people feel, what is sustainable entrepreneurship? Anyone?
Participants, you can write in the chat box.
Or you can unmute and say also.
Yes.
So sustainable is something that is everlasting, that is here to stay. And entrepreneurship is not only about new brands or new entrepreneurs. It is about all the existing brands, also all the existing companies that are there. They have to be sustainable now. We need to come out of the old school practices and we need to think about for a better future. How? My PPT will have some theoretical things, but I'll keep on sharing you some practical insights as well. So this is the overall agenda. We'll understand what is sustainable entrepreneurship, what are the principles, what are the pillars, what are the strategies to build up, what are the challenges, opportunities, and what is the future of sustainable entrepreneurship. I'll also give you some examples how companies are working over it. So first, we'll understand what is sustainable entrepreneurship. It is very simple. We need to have a business that is sustainable. And we can only have sustainable business if we have a good base with our ethics in place. If you are not having good ethics, good base of your business, no business can stand up. Even in our routine life also, nothing can stand up if we compromise on our ethical things. Innovation for sustainability. Today what we are doing is a Zoom call. I think 10 years down the line there was no word called Zoom. So this is how innovation is happening, right? This is how we are connecting. Otherwise getting everyone physically on board, it's such a tedious task, and a lot of cost effective task that people have to spend a lot. And then but innovation has helped us to connect easily. So innovation is a need of the hour. Stakeholder management is correct decision maker. I believe that none of the decision is right or wrong. A decision taken is a decision taken. Now, whether it is right or wrong, you analyze it later on, right? So for example, if I say, if I take an example of my company only, Nestle had a decision that we are having a product packaging, right? But now we are shifting towards moving more sustainable options. For example, the packaging of our product KitKat is now moving towards recyclable packaging. So we need to have sustainable business. When we are operating in one economy or in on this planet Earth, we cannot just keep on taking resources from the earth. We need to give it back as well. If we are using the resources, we need to give something back to the earth also, that we are preserving it for future generations, right? So what is the difference between traditional entrepreneurship, traditional and sustainable entrepreneurship? Previously, companies were only focusing on profits, having a good bottom line, having a good top line. But as we are evolving, we are getting more sensitive towards our nature, towards our resources, because other resources are depleting at a very faster rate, right? We'll talk in detail in the later slides also, right? So if I stick to this, that what is the difference between a traditional and a sustainable entrepreneurship? People earlier, companies were focusing on profit only, balancing goals, and it is a need that future generations also need to get they should be able to reap the fruit that we are sowing right now. So just a small GK question. Do you know at what rank India stands when it comes to sustainability out of the all countries that are there? Any random guess? Where does India stand?
99th.
Oh yes, correct. Yes. So bang on. We are at 99th position out of approximately 167 countries that are there in the Sustainable Development Report that has been published in 2025. So there's a long way that we need to cover. We are at 99th position out of 167, and we are not even nearby. So there's a lot of development, there are a lot of improvements that we need to do so that we at least rise up the bar. Any idea in India which is the most sustainable city?
Indore?
Indore.
Mysore.
Mysore, okay.
Yes, Mysore is one of the most sustainable city when it comes to greenery, when it comes to sustainable things and all. Mysore is rated as number one. Then followed by Chandigarh. I think that everybody knows. I think Rock Garden was way beyond its before its time compared to right now. What we are talking about sustainable development, they were quite early in this when they had used all the recycled material and they've built up a rock garden there. So this is important to understand that yes, the resources that are there, we need to reuse them. We need to be, cautious of what resources that we are using. Importance in the modern economy, again, to have a sustainable entrepreneurship is right now the need of the hour, to have a competitive edge. So as you guys also, if you observe it in your routine life also, you guys have shifted to more healthier options. Now reading the labels is very important. What are you consuming? What is the sugar content in your products? What are the ingredients in the products that are being used? Everything is important. For example, if I talk about my company also, we are moving towards Cerelac Cerelac variants that are having no preservatives now. Why? Because people are using more, people are getting more health conscious and very cautious of the things that they are feeding to their babies. So we are moving towards that we are not using any preservatives in those products now. So it definitely will give you an competitive advantage. And yes, no doubt it comes with some amount of premium. But when it comes to your health, I think everybody is ready to shell that extra penny when it's about your health, when it's about that you're getting something as which we call as a value for money. So definitely we have a competitive, this sustainable entrepreneurship, if you inculcate in your life or in businesses, this will definitely give you a competitive advantage. And addressing global challenges. Why, if I ask you, okay, let me put it that way. Addressing global challenges is, when you think of any global challenge, any company that is right now into sustainable entrepreneurship but is not able to get into India? That's a very direct question that I've put. And it's very, very talked brand right now in the automobile section. Tesla. Correct? Do you guys agree that one company that has been working on EVs but is not being able to come to Indian economy because of there are a lot of global challenges that they have to combat with. So okay, so yes. So now we talk about principles and pillars of sustainability. Waste reduction. Why I stay in Mumbai? I think you would be from different parts of the world. Very basic. Now we have to segregate the dry waste and the wet waste separately. Anyone having a reason why? Anyone? Why do we segregate wet waste and dry waste? Okay, yes, yes, I got a response for a proper recycling, easier to recycle, yes. But are we doing it? The answer would be partial yes, partial no. Why? Because it is all in our inside how we want to do. Right now, when they come to pick up the garbage at my home, I have to segregate it. They'll not pick it up if I don't segregate it. This is something very basic. So when we do it at our companies also, we do the same way. At my company also, we do the wet waste separate and we do the dry waste separate, which is very, very basic and very compulsory also to do for any company that is right now operating in the market. Resource conservation is, yes, we have very limited resources. I'll give you some examples how companies are now switching very widely towards solar plants and using wind energy, and not at a very big scale. I'll give you very basic examples how the companies are doing that. There's a society in Pune. They have installed windmills at the top of their society to reduce their electricity. Who could think of having windmills in a society structure? We always think that no, windmills we need huge farms and huge places for that. No, companies are coming up with such resources, not only because installing solar panels also is very different, because solar panel वैसा होना चाहिए, उसके ऊपर उतना डायरेक्शन का वो पड़ना चाहिए, सनलाइट पड़ना चाहिए. So but yes, that is also a resource that we are using. But windmill was something that I was also very astonished to see, that a society has installed windmill at the top of each tower, where they are reducing their electricity bill to the tune of 60%. To the tune of 60%, they have reduced the bill. So renewable energy adoption is one, solar, wind, yes, it is there. The social impact and ethical considerations. So what impact does it have? As I was discussing earlier, your business need to be on ethical grounds. Any business that is not ethical will not be able to sustain in longer run. Fair labor conditions. People is one of the most important, factor when it comes to factors of production. So fair labor practices is what that we need to ensure, that when correct people are there in your company, the correct decisions are taken. For example, when we took the decision of making the Kit Kat wrapper recyclable, it was just because we have the right people on board and with the right mindset, right? Why we are doing it now? Why not 10 years prior? But yes, as things are evolving, as people are coming, as more new ideas are coming, so we are evolving. Community engagement, respect for human rights, we all take all these things very for granted कि इससे क्या होगा, but it is important to do. CSR is a very important part of any organization, which I think if you look down few years below the line, it was not there. It was, even if it was there, it was not talked about. But right now, it is important. If you are using the resources of the economy, you need to give it back to the nature as well. The economic viability and long-term growth. So cost benefit analysis, I was talking like today when we are talking about consuming healthy foods, yes, it comes with a premium, but whether your consumer is ready to pay or not is one question. If yes, the consumer is ready to pay, I think that is the break even or the cost benefit analysis that we do, that at what price we need to place our product, where we need to position our product, so that we do a proper, it is not a loss making, because if it is a loss making proposition, no business will sustain in longer run. Ensuring profitability, that is the bottom line, but with proper ethical grounds, with proper sustainable solutions, that we need to keep in mind. Building resilient. Okay. Do you know that there are a lot of grants also that the governments give when we talk about sustainable entrepreneurship? Any idea what kind of grants or any schemes have you ever searched about, or have you ever talked about it? The government is also giving a lot of grants under there's a fund that I got to know, which is called a funds for sustainability. So they are giving all those grants also, so that the companies or the organizations or the startups get some breathing space in the beginning for few years, because when such a product which are sustainable, which are a bit costlier, they take time to get established in the market. Yes, we do have many such examples that have already established, but yes, the government are also giving grants, so that all these ideas and all these businesses. Yes, subsidies for solar panels. Yes, there is a subsidy for solar panels that why the government is giving, why there is a need. Why do you think the governments are giving these subsidies and grants and everything? Just to promote it, so that people get more inclusive about it, that yes, people get motivated about it. Few days back only I was going through the Instagram, and I got through a brand that was making leather products without using animal leather. So that is a plant trunk that they are using, and the microfiber that they are using, but it is not that leather is not from animals. It's a big thing that they are doing it, and even the products are good. I've ordered one. Let's see how the product quality is, but I'm sure it would be good. Then strategies for building sustainable entrepreneurship is innovation and green technology. We've already talked about. I'll get, so yes, Tata Group is pioneering sustainability in multiple sectors. Any idea? Anything that you ever come across what Tata is doing? Tata was one of the pioneers in EV section. If I have to give you a basic example. Yes. They have, yes. So reducing carbon footprints, EV is one that they have introduced. Yes, we are lacking that infrastructure. Yes, we have a long way to go. But just because we have a long path to cover doesn't mean that we don't start today. We need to start today so that we reach a point at some point of time. So reducing carbon footprints, adopting renewable energy. There's a Tata plant in Pune that is completely on solar panels. they are investing hugely on the solar projects, and even into the solar this wind projects also. So I came across that a windmill farm, it was being operated by Tata also. So Tata promotes eco-friendly and responsible sourcing practices to ensure sustainability through supply chain. So it's an Indian brand that they are. I'm not even talking about any global brands, because when we talk about such things, हमें लगता है कि नहीं यार global brands जो हैं, जो outside India brands हैं, वो ही कर पाएंगे ये. No, our own. I've included examples of all our Indian brands only. Infosys driving green IT and social responsibility. Yes, they have this data center which is completely powered by solar panels. So energy deficient data centers they have. These companies are extensively working over it. If I talk about Reliance, one of the biggest companies in India, creating coastal road gardens. So there's a coastal road that has been developed in Mumbai. It is an underwater road, and I'll just show you a picture also. Yeah. So there's an underwater road that they have built up, and along that coastal road now they are going to maintain a coastal garden. Why are they doing this? Why do you think there is a need to do this? It is out of that social responsibility. It is out of that, when we are using so many resources of the nature, we need to maintain them also for our future generations. Yes, so this is a green lung in the financial capital, and in order to combat the rising pollution, I think in Delhi there's a great need of such corridors, so that the AQI can be brought down, because it's very worse. For example, during this season when we burn that prali and all, so a lot of smog is there. We need to come up with solutions. Why currently the farmers are not able to adapt to those solutions? Because they are not cost benefit cost effective. They are very expensive. Also, maybe they do not have the correct education or the correct knowledge or the correct guidance for the same. We do not have that. So that also needs to be, that's one area that where the government should work upon, or any individual who feels like that, yes, they have a better solution to that. Because we see a lot of climate change happening. हम बात करते हैं कि ozone layer deplete हो रहा है and everything, but do you guys feel the heat as of now? Because a lot of climate changes are happening. पहले नहीं लगता था. How the winters used to be in north and how the winters are right now in north, we are already seeing that change. It is going to be a very gradual change, but yes, it is impacting and it has started impacting our nature earth also. So they are this is a Reliance that they are doing it. It is not only that they only earn profits and they do business, but they are coming up with a lot of CSR activities as well. Community benefit. So this corridor, if you can see in picture, this corridor is made so that people can come out, people can relax, and people can have their community gatherings, because we are losing that touch with this online things. But yes, so they are building that corridor also. Okay, so there are small eco-friendly startups and SMEs making an impact. For example, there are a lot of companies. I'll give you, this is something that on solar, water and bio energy innovations there. But there's a brand, if you, I don't know whether you've heard of it or not. There's a brand called Fool. So what are they doing? They're just using temple flowers, and they're making those incense sticks out of it. Very basic, very small initiative, but they are very big in numbers. So they started from zero. It started from zero, and now they have grown so long. And honestly speaking, the fragrance of those incense, I'm a personal user of that, and the fragrance of those incense sticks is very similar to the flowers that they use. So it is not that the quality is being hampered or anything of that sort. They are also maintaining the quality of the products. Also, yes. Okay, so innovations in waste management and recycling. I already told you that waste segregation is very important. We should segregate. We should not think कि वो नहीं कर रहे हैं तो हम भी नहीं करेंगे, या कोई नहीं कर रहा है तो हम नहीं करेंगे. It always starts with me first. I have a basic rule in my life that I don't litter on streets at all. Nothing, not even if something is biodegradable also, I will not throw it. I will always use a dustbin to throw it. Just a small initiative that every one of you can start at your end. Then we have advanced recycling processes. For example, in our societies in Mumbai, we usually have water treatment plants. We have water harvesting plants, so that because the rains are huge, and we use that water for gardening and for other utilities at home. So upcycling initiatives, all these initiatives, when we take up, the government also supports in all these initiatives. It's not that you have to do it alone, but the government also supports you in all these initiatives. So what are the challenges? So challenges is, yes, that I was talking about, limited funding. Definitely initially, today when we start, I'll just give you an example. Today when we start earning, हमने भी पहले इन्वेस्ट किया है in our studies. So it is also like that. We need to put something in order to reap out something. So limited funding is definitely a challenge. Then we have regulatory complexities. I was talking about Tesla. Why Tesla is not able to enter into Indian market? Why? Because there are a lot of regulations that are there, that have been put up by the Indian government, that you need to operate in India. You cannot just get your cars and sell here. So there are a lot of regulatory complexities also. Same ways for Indian companies to work abroad, they have to face a lot of complexities. Then we have there is a lot of balancing cost benefit analysis, lack of awareness. If I say, I think out of 100 people, or whosoever, how many of us are here and call, the ratio of people knowing about these grants, these initiatives and these companies would be very less. Why? Because there's a lot of very less awareness about all these ideas and companies that are there coming up, and how we can get to know about them. So what do you think is the future of sustainable entrepreneurship? What do you think? Is it bright or is it dark? Anyone? I think it's a very obvious answer. Bright and long. And how it has to be bright and long? Anyone who can unmute and say something? I think it would be good if we interact. Our efforts, yes. There seems to be no other option but to go for it. Correct. As I said, it is completely need of the hour. It is very high time that we need to switch to more sustainable methods, reducing wastage, reducing plastic packets are almost banned now. I don't see any plastic, that poly bags, and it has made a huge impact on the on our planet, that yes, we have reduced the plastic packaging. That is why our company is also they're trying their level best to have almost all packaging, all eco-friendly packaging by 2030 and 31. They're planning to do that. Maybe not in India, but across other countries. Nestle already has that objective. Digital transformation. I think we're very well versed about the AI that we are using right now. It was people were very panicked that AI is going to take jobs and everything. No, nothing is going to take the jobs away. But AI is there to stay and to facilitate quick working. Earlier, a job that was being done by 10 people might require two people, right? But the efficiency of those people will definitely increase when such digital transformations happen. Consumer awareness, using the influencers and using all that marketing, using when the product is good, I don't think so that we need to we definitely need to market it, but once it reaches the consumer, once it reaches the ultimate user, the buying happens, the you become a regular consumer, be it for any big thing or any small thing, be it any a project that you get into it, or you buy a product. So if the product is good, you will definitely I recently I got in with a brand which is called Two Brothers. They're also coming up with a lot in the FMCG section. They're coming up with better ketchups and everything. Yes, we do have for Nestle also, but yes, there's no harm in saying that yes, the ingredients that they are using are much more, as a consumer, if I see, they are much more into healthy offerings that they have. So consumer awareness. Then we have global sustainability commitments. So businesses align with the international sustainable commitment to promote environmental responsibility. It's their responsibility to do that. To When you do something, it is not that you do it with an objective to operate in India only. IKEA, for example, why is IKEA famous for? Any idea? That's a very, very known brand.
Furniture.
Yes, yes, but why it is so popular? Why no other brand? We have pepper fry also. Yes, because IKEA uses recyclable material in their furnitures. That is the reason that they are very popular in the furniture segment, and no other brands are doing that as of now. So government policies and support, as I mentioned earlier, uh, someone told me that there's a subsidy on that. Very small thing. Tolls are free for EV cars, right? That's a very small, what do you say? A perk, you can say, that has been given to EV users, that the tolls are free for them. They'll not be charged for tolls. So the government also does its best when it comes to sustainable options and promoting sustainable things. The government provides incentives in form of subsidies or in form of grants. There's another fund also which is called India Seed Fund for Startups. So anyone who is thinking of any startup having in sustainable section, you can approach them and to have all those grants and all. Then framework for green growth. Earlier it was white revolution, but now it is green revolution that we require. Why? Because we are completely taking our nature for granted. We need to work upon all the resources. हम इन टॉपिक्स पे बहुत पहले से बात करते आ रहे हैं, बट अगर हम देखें तो आज की डेट में इन ऑप्शंस के ऊपर बेटर काम हो रहा है एज कंपेयर टू सम टाइम बैक. पहले सिर्फ बात हो रही थी, बट अभी आजकल a lot of people have entered into all these things that yes, we need to be very sensitive towards our nature. Now the role of technology, Internet of Things, I think, which is very well known. Everything is available to us at the tap of our hand. So technology plays and internet plays a very, very vital role in it. It helps you connect global markets. It helps you understand what is happening abroad. Recently, I saw that product on Shark Tank only. That on on the livestock, they were monitoring the health of the livestock, right? So they were going more. They were having orders for Africa, for America. All there, they were planning to do that, but so. when you get into something, you need to have access global. It is not only about then you need to limit yourself to just the area of operation or the country that you're operating in. The artificial intelligence, I think everybody is well known what Elon Musk is up to, and how AI helps you. We also, as at Nestle also, we are using AI now. I as an individual is using AI, because a lot of things that we do, a lot of presentations that we do, they are not AI based. I'm not saying that we make presentations on AI, but yes, to get some things done, to get an idea, to save upon time, yes, AI plays a very important role, and companies are now building up their customized AI platforms as well. So that's the need of the hour. It helps you in scaling. Economies of scale, I think everybody, this is something that our teachers have taught us, that how to have economies of scale. So this technology plays a very vital role in that. Clean technologies, again, that we need to adopt to all these resources. So as I mentioned, that there's a society in Pune. I'm mentioning that there are many societies in Mumbai that have moved to solar panels. I think in our houses also in North India, people are now having solar panels at the top of their houses. Why so? Why? Because need hai. And it is now slowly and steadily अभी budget friendly भी हो रहा है, because people are understanding. वो हम cost benefit analysis कर रहे हैं कि हो सकता है अभी उसका installation cost ज़्यादा हो, but longer run में हमारे को electricity bill में उसका impact आएगा. There are different models also. For example, you consume the entire electricity at home, or you then government buys back also that electricity from you. So this is how different models are coming up for solar also. I am not talking only about big brands like Reliance, Tata, या उनको ही करना है. This is at a very granular level that we as an individuals also can adopt to sustainable entrepreneurship. The topic is, yes, entrepreneurship, but it is not only about having sustainability in businesses only. At our homes, at our in our daily routine life, we can be a part of it. We do not need to be a part of any big firm or any company कि हम तभी कुछ कर पाएंगे. We can be a part of it from our daily routine as well. So vision for a greener and more inclusive economy. Environment sustainability is very important. Social equity is very important, right? It is not that कि जो हमें मिला भी हम आगे भी तो देना चाहेंगे. Why we do not want कि भाई हम भी सब कुछ यूज करके चले जाएंगे. We definitely want to give the best to our coming generations. Maybe what hardships we have faced, we don't want them to face. So this is the reason that why social equity is important. This is the reason why we need to be cautious now, so that the coming generations have a better future. Economic prosperity, it is not the data is not new, that how India has been growing globally. Third largest economy is not we could have never thought of 5-7 years or 10 years down the line, but yes, we are growing at a very faster pace. And Indian market, when you see, it is very tricky. Some things that work abroad do not work here. If anyone has been to Tashkent or Uzbekistan or Azerbaijan, there Chevrolet is their home brand. So every 7 out of 10 cars, if you see, it's a Chevrolet brand, right? Why? But if you see here in India, Chevrolet is not a brand. Chevrolet is a very, lagging brand here in India. So what I mean to say is that whatever works in abroad doesn't mean that it will work here also. So we need to understand what is the economy, how the economy works, what are the implications there. Keeping that in mind, if we operate, I think no business can fail. Because we need to understand कि हर economy का क्या requirement है. For example, if I come to a micro level also, हम अपनी किसी normal सी अगर routine में भी देखें तो if I talk about you take क्लासेस. सो आपका हर एक स्टूडेंट कैसा है, अलग है, उसका क्या नीड है, आप उसको उसके हिसाब से ग्रूम करोगे, बिकॉज यू डोंट groom everyone equally. Everyone has their own. Same goes to economies also. Every economy has their own ups and downs, their own pros and cons. Usko understand karke, if we inculcate our ideas into it, I think that will give you a pure win-win for you and the economy both. Concluding, very simple pathway to resilience. Sustainable entrepreneurship builds resilient business. As I all started by saying, sustainable means which is there to stay. So, pathway to resilience, yes. It is need of the hour. We need to work over it. Responsible business practices in our daily routine also. We need to be cautious how we are contributing towards the environment, how we are, a small change also without thinking that yes, I have to do as my own responsibility. It's very simple. जब हम अपने घर में भी चलते हैं तो क्या हम ड्राइंग रूम में ही कुछ फेंक देते हैं? नहीं ना, डस्टबिन में फेंकते हैं. Very simple. So when we walk into the street, this entire earth is ours, and when we walk onto the street, we need to use the dustbin. That is very simple. That is what sustainable entrepreneurship means, right? And definitely when you have this, when you, हम आज की डेट में हम क्यों बोलते हैं कि आउटसाइड इंडिया बहुत अच्छा है, the streets are very clean. It's not that the government is cleaning, it's the people who keep it clean. Government is just a modus operandi there, that's it, कि वो उनको बस maintain कर रहे हैं. But as an individual, if I take the honestly speaking, when I see someone throwing litter on the street, I actually either pick it up and throw it, or either I give it back to the person, so that they also understand ki okay, they might feel, ki okay, she's given it back to me. So very simple, not much technical into it. So long-term success, yes, I already told that when you build something which is ethical, which is fair, which is sustainable, it is definitely going to give you some long-term success. So that's it from my side, guys. And I have wound up quite early, half an hour early, so giving you more time to relax.
Thank you so much, Madam Richa.
Thank you, ma'am.
And yes, any questions?
Any questions? Yes.
Yes, we are open for the question answer round. Anybody who's having any questions, they can ask. We still have time. Ma'am ने कुछ early कर दिया, but still she wants to give you much time for your test as well.
Yes.
Any questions?
Questions, when question round will be over, I have to say something to all the participants regarding the test and feedback.
Sure, Gagan ma'am. We'll just be asking if somebody is there to ask some questions. We'll be winding up the session, and after that, you can give any kind of instructions. Yes, participants. Very informative session.
I think participants are preparing for the test.
Yes. So I must thank Ma'am Richa. It was really, really an interactive session, and the things that you have told us that we need to start for ourselves as well. As she said that as a very initial practice, that don't anything throw the letter or whatever. So this is a very initial stage, and we need to take care upon these things. And she has emphasized on the sustainable entrepreneurship with the key characteristics focusing on ethical leadership, innovation, sustainability, stakeholder engagement. So I think we all have to go through these things, and of course, government is responsible for all the policies and the strategies, but the global challenges are also there. The examples you have taken up are really, really practical examples. And you have even given example of Nestle as well, the Tata or Infosys or any other. So that's really, really a commendable session, I must suggest, and everybody will endorse it. So I think, Gagan ma'am, anything else regarding it? I'm so thankful to you, ma'am Richa, on behalf of Hans Raj Mahila Maha Vidyalaya, that you are here with us for the session, and thank you for sparing your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity, ma'am. And it was nice interacting. I could not hear the voices, but I could hear the messages coming in. So I think people were quite active and,
Yes.
they were
So
listening
this
it.
is the main crux. So people have to
Yes,
interact. Only then the session will become really good.
yes, yes, yes. So
So everybody is thanking you in the chat box also, as I am seeing it. So really, really an interactive session. We are highly obliged to have with us you today.
thank you, ma'am.
Yes.